Okay, so here we are trying this. I don't know where this is going to go, but let's just put it out there. So the other day, I just finished attending the Witcher in concert with my sister, where they basically had an amalgamation of musicians. They went up on stage and they played all the music from The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. First of all, each and every one of those musicians and the conductor, fucking phenomenal. Nothing but gold standard stars for each and every one of them. The conductor, ugh, I want her so bad. But probably the coolest thing is that they actually got uh, two people. I know the guy's name is Percival. I don't remember what the girl's name is though. But they were actually two of the original co-composers for the Witcher 3 soundtrack when they worked on it before it released. I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome. And we went through the concert, we listened to everything, and I was just geeking the fuck out with my sister the entire time. Every time a new song came on, we were just like, oh my god, we know this one, we know this one! And we just had an absolute blast. We met some cool people, we gushed about our time playing the game. We met one guy who went to a previous concert, and it turns out he actually had a little mobile game called Roach Race. It's actually from Cyberpunk, apparently, because it has the logo on there. But it's called Roach Race, where just like the Roach card for Gwen, it starts with Roach up on a fucking roof, and then there's Geralt looking up, and I'm like, how the fuck did you get up there? And then it just turns into that little T-Rex game that you play when the internet is out on Google, and you just try to go for the high score. It was simple fun. It was aesthetically not that different because it was still all pixelated. Well, I shouldn't say it's aesthetically different. It fits the theme, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. And it was just good, simple fun. I still have no idea how to play it, though, because the game doesn't really tell you much on what you're supposed to avoid. And I also don't think that there's a duck button either. But either way, it was still good fun to see. Afterwards, it just kind of got me thinking, man, I really like these concerts where you just go there, you sit, and you just gush about all, and you just listen to all this video game music, and it's awesome. And dare I say, it kind of led to this train of thought where I'm like, yeah, I think video game music is awesome, and probably what some of you might disagree, better than some music that's just like the songs by themselves or soundtracks from movies. And let me explain my thought process here. Not to discount what these soundtracks are or what these songs are. I still think they're phenomenal and they're worth every ounce of effort and praise that they get. But going back to the point here, I've always felt that when it comes to just like regular songs from artists say like Fall Out Boy or Taylor Swift, yeah, they do tell a story. They do invoke emotion out of you, but there is still a bit of a disconnect because sometimes it doesn't always play out like that. Not to discount their quality. And then there's the movie side of things where, yeah, you are still watching things happen on screen, and the music is tailored to match what is happening on screen, or at least and enunciate a certain emotion on screen with the music. And that all works in tandem. And it's like, yeah, that's great. It's just like with the John Wick movies. Every time you hear that club song come on, you know shit's about to go down. And every time you hear, and especially every time you hear the music sort of tense up and intensify when nothing else has been happening, you know it's building up to something. It's stuff like that. And it's like, it's cool. But there's still a bit of a disconnect because you're just seeing something on screen happening. And it's very tailored to that. Now, again, nothing wrong with it, but it's just that what happens, and it still kind of gives that sense of an outsider looking in. But what I feel with video games is that everything that happens on screen, especially in gameplay, it's all happening because of you. Every action, every dodge roll, every jump, every bullet you fire, every punch you throw, and every single time you die, it's all because of you, and the music reacts to you in that regard. And that is what I feel makes it that much more memorable and more impactful at the end of the day. Like, take the Doom games, for example, the most recent ones, I should say. Well, I should probably focus more on Doom Eternal and Doom 2016. Yeah, there are multiple videos about how the Doom soundtrack from those games is nothing short of fucking amazing. I still remember that meme about how somebody was like, "Oh yes, I would love to have this first-person shooter game with my heavy metal album." And honestly, it fits really well too because Mick Gordon put in so much work to not only make the songs good on their own, but also make the songs very reactive to what the player is doing and what is happening on screen. And that's what makes it just so much more awesome. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a mountain of work. Like, I remember him saying that there were at least like 264 different verses or splits that he had to try and string together depending on how the gameplay was going and how it was reacting on screen. So it's by no means an easy thing to do at the snap of a fingers here, but all of that effort paid off in such an incredible way. Like, Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal are still games that are played and talked about today, even just their soundtracks on their own are still talked about and listened to today. I'm especially one of them too. And it just comes back to the original point about how I think video game music is far more memorable and impactful because it's not only good music, it's music that is reacting and responding to what you are doing. So that's kind of where I land on the subject. And there's also like a mountain of different examples I can come up with here. Like, take Metal Gear Solid 5 as an example. Massive open world, plenty of different things that you can go through. And probably the most memorable thing that comes to mind is when I was trying to sneak into one of the Afghanistan bases held by the Russians, and all I can hear is just, it was calm, it was quiet. One Russian soldier caught a glimpse of me, and the music just started to tense up a bit here. Like, okay, I'm about to get spotted. I need to try and move away. And I didn't know there was another guy behind me. He saw me, and now my cover's blown. The music starts blaring, gunfire is going everywhere. I'm trying to hustle to make sure I don't fail the mission, and I need to wipe these guys out. It very much reacts to what's happening and what's happening to you. And I just can't help but feel like that sense is what makes me love video game music so much. And again, The Witcher 3, Metal Gear Solid 5, Doom 2016 and Eternal, even the old Call of Duty games, and more recently Hogwarts Legacy as well. Like, these games just have such good and wonderful soundtracks, and the games add to that by just being themselves. And once you mesh them all together, it just becomes a worthwhile experience, in my opinion. But that being said, what do you think? Like, do you think I kind of went off the rails here? Do you think that there might be a couple of examples that are exceptions to the rule? Or do you just flat out disagree with this statement? Let's have a discussion. Let's hear you gush about this.